Hi.
Oh my God, Amy, we actually did it.
Oh my gosh. I've never done this before.
Me either. I'm like, okay, wait, how do you do this? So I was like, I went to the stories because that's where you do it from. And then I went to live and I was like, oh my gosh, how do you do this?
Oh my gosh. Okay. How do
Hi.
I? Hi. Small Cat's here too. She just, of course, came in.
Oh, good.
How do I make sure my screen keeps lighting up?
Lighting up.
Oh, there's David.
Hi,
Yeah.
Dave. It says wave, so I'm pushing wave. Is that what I do?
We're just
Dave.
practicing, Dave.
Dave, the next 4 minutes are just practice. Sean says, hey, I'm having trouble with this. I can't see you. He's texting me. Maybe go off and then go back on.
Okay.
Dave, what can you tell? You can tell we're practicing?
Should I try getting off and then you invite me again?
No, I think it's working.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Sean says it tells me to try later. Yeah, Sean, maybe try going off of it, like closing out of it and close your app or something and then come back on. So I have the crew here. There's Shaky, Maverick, and Paisley's in her bed.
Oh, it's like the support team.
I know, they are the support team.
Bella just jumped out the window, so.
Amy, I can't believe we do this, and we have 3 people. Who's on here? I know Dave is on. Sean must be here. And are you the 3rd because I was the host and then...
Probably, yeah.
That's great. And actually, Sean, I think he signed up for yoga. I think he's going to come to yoga today.
Oh, yay. Okay.
So he said his knees are hurting. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. Just sharing people's...
Totally good. We can take it easy.
Yeah. I told him, just do whatever you can. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Dave says everything looks fine from his point of view.
Okay.
Yay!
So
I have been so excited to do this, and I think it's so nice to do it like before yoga, or I don't know, if we continue doing these, if you like it, and if we like it, if other people like it.
Yeah.
What's the aw for? Dave says aw.
You know, maybe the animals.
Oh, we're very profesh.
Thanks, Dave.
Is saying profesh? I know. Oh, doggies. I can see you now.
Sean can see us. Okay.
Yay! So the other day I was curious because I was wondering if if you can add multiple people or not. Because the other day I saw one person was on top and then there were 2 people on the bottom with a split screen. So I was wondering if you can, this is the first time I'm trying this, so.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah. Are you having a good weekend?
Really good weekend. Yeah.
Oh,
that's your
my mom's here.
Oh.
Hi, Mom. I waved at Crafty Gal Mel. My poor mom, I feel bad because she has, since my grandparents have moved out of their house, they're getting rid of stuff. And so I have taken all of these treasures, is what I'm calling them. And, oh, my mom says, hi, ladies.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Mom. You're so cute. So my mom has all of these treasures in her spare bedroom that are taking over half the room. So she, this morning, was complaining to me that she couldn't walk around the room because all my stuff is in there. And she said that I need to make plans to get it out.
Like all your old yearbooks and yeah.
No, it's my grandma's stuff, like tea china, like, I don't know, old clocks, different things like that.
Oh, I love that.
So, Yeah. So anyways, okay, you guys, it's 12. So Amy and I are going to start talking about getting grounded and balancing. I'm so excited. This is actually perfect for today for me because I feel like I'm needing some grounding and rebalancing. So it's really perfect. For any of you who are on here or who may watch this later, Amy and I have been friends for, I guess, several years now. And how many years has it been? Like 4?
Yeah, since 2015.
Um,
6 years.
and I just,
since 2015. Yeah.
yeah. Dave, what's so funny? Amy and I met in the apartments that we were living in, and I just fell in love with her in a platonic way, in a soul sister way, because I feel like we both are just very old souls, and we connected like all things spiritual, and just, I don't know, I feel like we have this really special sister bond, and I love it. And so I want to support Amy any way I can with anything she's doing, and I know she feels the same for me. And we both have so many passions that are the same, like when it comes to spirituality and just like figuring out how to live this human life. And that's where the getting grounded comes from, because you have to be in this world living it, and here we are. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy to see things have emerged over the last 6 years. Yeah. Things have changed.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Really. And actually this last year with COVID and everything, it was, I think, a real opportunity for a lot of people to return to themselves, which is really what I feel like getting grounded is doing, especially returning to your body. I think so many people are disconnected from the body, and, getting grounded and just creating a self-awareness for you and how you're doing, what's working for you in your life, is really important. So Amy, I was wondering if we could start with, because we had a question from a friend just asking, what is getting grounded? What is grounding?
Yeah.
We're not talking about teenagers getting grounded, going to their bedrooms on punishment. This is the practice of grounding yourself. And Amy, I know you have some to say about this, but I found this really great little blurb from mindbodygreen.com that I actually think says it really perfectly. So it says, being grounded means that you're present in your body and connected with the earth. When you're grounded, you allow yourself to feel centered and balanced no matter what's going on around you. If you aren't grounded, you're like a leaf in the wind, very vulnerable and thrown off balance quickly.
I love that. Yeah. I love this question. Because it's like that word grounding is thrown around so much, and it's like, well, what are we actually talking about?
Yeah.
And I feel like the best way I would describe it is like dropping down from the head to the body. So like we so live in our heads and like anxious thoughts, racing thoughts, and it's like, what does it mean to just actually like drop into like below the head and to start to feel into the heart, to feel into the belly, to feel the feet on the ground. That's what grounding means to me.
Yeah, definitely. And there's so much in life that gets us off-centered because we just live busy lives, and there is so much that happens up in our head, thinking about whether it's daily things, thinking about relationships, thinking about goals that we have, things that are working in our lives, things that aren't working. So we can become very heady. So connecting back into the body, I think, is a great thing. And for me, some things that help me get grounded, honestly, like breathing. Like I feel like breath is the life that allows us to do everything. And it's that life that it allows us to reconnect to ourselves again, to develop that kind of observational self-awareness, to really get present with ourselves and our being.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
I so agree. It's like coming back into the senses, you know, like like coming back to basics. Like what are the five senses? Like we can touch, we can hear, we can smell, like, and just grounding ourselves like in this like physical plane. And with the breath. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Belle and Sage.
That's
Welcome.
Corey. Hi, Cor.
Yay. Hi,
Aw.
Corey. Yeah. So, okay. So for me, the things, so something I've been doing with my therapist recently is, she has this practice that she calls the ABCs, and it's just breathing 5 in through the nose and 5 out. And it's, so A stands for awareness. So you start with the breath and then you bring your awareness to your entire body. And so that's step 1. B is for breathing. So there's the A and the B. So you're bringing your awareness back to your body and you're breathing. And what the breathing does, I actually just read James Nestor's book, Breath, and I found it very interesting because I was reading about how we have the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. So breathing, especially when you do a slow, controlled breath, like 5 in, 5 out, or alternate nostril breathing, helps to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, which slows you down.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the C in ABC stands for connection. So that's where you can get out of whatever conditioned state you've been living in and get into the connection with your present self. So the ABCs that I've been working on with my therapist have been really helpful. So in all the meditations I've been recording, I'm like, I'm not saying, oh, I'm doing ABC breathing, but I'm doing ABC breathing. It's like, okay, we're doing this.
I love that. That just got me into my body. That feels so good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, okay, so getting out in nature always helps. Walking, going outside. They always say if you go get on the grass barefoot and walk around.
Yeah.
And with breathing, all of that, that helps to get grounded too. I made some notes. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, another thing that I love is counting backwards from 10. Sometimes that, like just doing it in your mind, like 10, 9, 8. Yeah, it just like brings you right back. And then another thing is to soften the eyes. You look out to like the furthest point that you can see, and it kind of like brings your vision back to yourself, so your eyes can soften a little bit.
I've done this exercise. It's really effective.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. There is a difference when you're focusing on something particular, like if you're, for example, I'm in my office. So if I'm staring at like a pencil in the thing, your focus goes to that specific thing. But when you can gaze and just open the gaze to not focus on anything specific, the awareness does come back to the body.
Totally. Totally.
It really does.
Yeah. I mean, another really simple one is like I just call it like the 5 senses. So it's like 5 things you can see. So you just look around the room and like, 5 things, like I can see the door, I can see the doorknob, I can see the wood floors. And then 4 things that you can hear, 3 things that you can taste, 2 things that you can smell, and then 1 thing that you can touch. And you just do them in any order. And it's just and it doesn't have to go in that order of like 5 to 1, but it's just a way of like coming back into like, the basic body, the 5 senses. Like we're here, we're alive, we have a body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And things, okay, so can you go over the 5 things again? So it's 5 things you can see?
Yeah, so it can go in any order. So for example, like 5 things you can see. So like I can see my computer, and just name them out loud to yourself. And then we'll do like 4 things you can touch. So like I can feel like the blanket under my behind. I can feel the shirt on my skin.
Yeah.
And then 3 things you can hear. So I can hear the birds outside. I can hear like the air conditioner running. And then 2 things you can smell. So like I can smell my essential oils. And then 1 thing which you can taste. So I still taste a little bit of my coffee. So it's that simple. Yeah, just
I
5.
can taste my lunch. No.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
No, but seriously, that's a taste. You can taste that.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Hi, Stacy Truver.
Oh.
Hi, Stacy. Yeah, I love that. Okay, you guys, Amy is giving us some tips on things that help her get grounded that may also be helpful for you. And I mentioned a couple as well. The thing that my aunt always tells me, oh, Stacy says that was really helpful for me during stressful moments this past year. Stacy, are you talking about the 5 things that Amy was talking about?
Yeah.
Something that my aunt always says to me, and I did a meditation on this, but it's just something quick you can say to yourself during the day or anytime is return to center. And that sentiment to me is really profound because it's like mentally, if you're so chaotic, Stacy says, yes, 5 things. Yes. Hey, I had never heard of the 5 things before. So this is a good learning thing for me. I love it. But see, there's my ADD. So return to center, focus. That always really helps me is saying return to center. But I like the tangible quality of the 5 things because it connects you back with your body, like what you were saying.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you can even like just pay attention to like what's called the midline in yoga. So it's like, you know, the pelvic floor, it's even like the chakra system of, the root chakra, pelvic floor, all the way to the crown of the head, and then all the way back down to the earth. And you just pay attention to that midline and everything kind of like hugs into that. And it's just, it's like returning to center, just another way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And everybody, if you're interested in joining, we are having yoga at 10:30 PST, which is in 17 minutes or so. You sign up through the link in Amy's bio through Vidya Healing Arts. The class is so great. And we've been focusing on boundaries the last class and today. And a friend of mine had a question specifically about boundaries. And I did think that that related to getting grounded, because when you get grounded into yourself, you have an idea of where you are, where you stand, and where you begin and end, and where somebody else begins and ends. And you can separate yourself from other people or things or situations. So Amy, I'm really curious about your answer to this question because I'm still kind of like coming up with it myself. But we had a question asking how to identify when you need to set boundaries. Sometimes that self-awareness can be hard. And it really can.
It's so hard. Yeah.
I feel like it's a constant process, don't you think?
Oh my gosh. Life is a masterclass in boundaries. Yeah.
It really is.
For most of us. Yeah. So I have this quote I wanted to read first because I think like some people think of boundaries as like you're like shoving people out or like it's being mean or like, you know, you're not like you're pushing people away. And I don't think that's it at all. There's this this great quote from Prentice Hemphill, and she says, "Boundaries are the distance at which I can love you and me simultaneously." And I just love that so much. Yeah, that like when we set boundaries, we can actually love the other person even more and like hold more space for them. So I think boundaries are a good thing, just to start with that. In terms of like how you know you need to set a boundary, I think like sign number 1 is you get angry. Usually like anger is a sign of like a boundary violation. And I think for women, especially like when we're, you know, taught to be like a nice girl or like people pleasing, we don't like to say no, you know, we don't like to even feel our anger or to like, to say like, you know, that's not something that we want. So I think anger can be a sign. I think feeling overwhelmed can start to be a sign because it's like, okay, when I'm overwhelmed, I know I need to just sort of like push people and situations out of my sphere and just again, like return to center. I think another thing that comes to mind is whenever you can sort of like your intuition or your body is telling you that you're saying yes when you really want to be saying no. I think that's another really big one. And like, it's a practice, I think, of learning to like trust our intuition and just hear our no. But that's a hard one. And I think something we all need to practice, frankly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then in terms of, like you were saying, having the intuition and listening to your intuition. I mean, I think that's a practice that definitely can be developed, just like any skill that someone is practicing. So,
Yeah.
Amy's going to lead us through a breath exercise, I think.
Yeah.
So that will be an opportunity just to practice observing the self and to see how you're feeling. And you can call on your intuition, or you can just say, you can ask an open-ended question. You can say, how am I really feeling about this situation? Does this work for me or does it not? Do I feel comfortable with this? Do I not? And then getting quiet and breathing and just allowing space for that voice to come through, I think is something you can do to start with, to listen to your intuition so that you can hear where your boundaries are. And tuning into the heart too. And sometimes you'll realize, oh yes, I can do this. Like, yes, like I don't need, my boundary can be wider with this thing, or my boundary needs to be closer to me, or whatever it is. And then, I mean, we can do a whole other live on boundaries, because like this could go on for forever. But I think for today, starting with practicing that self-awareness and listening to your heart and your voice, your intuition, I think that's really the best place to start.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
We can actually start with like a boundary exercise before we go into breath work.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we jump into it?
Let's do it.
Is that okay? Okay. So wherever you are, we'll just find a comfortable seat. And just sitting up really tall here, lengthen through the spine. You can close your eyes if you want. We'll just bring the hands to the knees. And the first thing you want to do here is just imagine a circle, just going all the way around you, all the way around the circumference of your body. And that circle is pushed back at least a foot, maybe a couple of feet, all the way around the circumference of your body. And that's your space. So anything that you need to push out of that space, you can literally use your hands or use your imagination to just push it out. So maybe that's people, maybe that's situations, maybe that's a work thing you're dealing with, maybe it's animals that are getting in your space. Whatever it is, just push that out. It can be over the top of your head too. And just kind of clearing away anything that actually isn't yours. Yeah, so that's just one way to start with setting boundaries. And then, so just bringing the hands back to the knees. We'll close the eyes. Sitting up really tall, lengthen through the spine. We'll bring the ears right over the shoulders. And once you get here, just starting to notice the breath. Just notice where the breath is in the body. And so not forcing the breath or controlling it, but just kind of letting the breath move through the body, just noticing it for now. And then we'll bring the left hand to the heart, right hand's gonna come to the belly. And again, still just noticing that breath, letting the belly inflate on the inhale and contract on the exhale. So belly fills up like a balloon on the inhale and then deflates on the exhale. Maybe just do 3 or 4 more of those. Just sending yourself love and feeling the breath, feeling the weight of the body. Maybe just noticing yourself in the room that you're in, noticing you're on a virtual space, but you are here just grounded in the earthly plane. Yeah, maybe 2 more here. And we'll go ahead, bring the hands back down to the knees. And we're gonna do some alternate nostril breathing. So we'll bring the right hand out in front of us, and pointer finger, middle finger are gonna come right between the eyebrows. And then the thumb here is gonna close off the right nostril. And we'll go ahead and take a big exhale out of the left nostril. And then we'll inhale through the left side. And then close off the left side with the ring finger, pinky finger, exhale right side. And then inhale right side. Close off with the thumb, exhale left side. So that's 1 round. We'll do like 3 more. Inhale left side. Close off with the ring finger, pinky finger, exhale right side. Inhale right. Close off with the thumb, exhale left. 2 more rounds. Inhale left. Close off ring finger, pinky finger, exhale right. Inhale right. Close off with the thumb, exhale left. And 1 more. Inhale left. Close off and exhale right. Inhale right. Close off and exhale left. And we'll bring the hand back down to the knee. Yeah, just notice how you feel here. That's like, it helps to balance both the left and right sides of the brain, just to find more balance and ground and calm in the body. So
it really is effective.
Yeah, even just a couple rounds. You can even do it in work meetings and nobody really knows what you're doing. You could just scratching your face. Yeah, you know.
Thank you for leading us through that.
Yeah, you technically don't even have to put your hand there. Just notice like the breath on the left and right sides, and it's a really good calming tool. Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you. I love the alternate nostril breathing. That was another thing that was mentioned in James Nestor's book called Breath. And I guess it's a practice that's been around for centuries.
Yeah.
Or thousands of years, perhaps.
Yeah. Nadi
The ancient yogis. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, because the idea is that you're wanting to like synchronize the left and right sides of the brain. And so that just helps to like activate both and balance both. It's also really good for just like clearing the sinuses and like, getting back into the body. So
yeah, I love it. And you guys, that's what grounding is all about, is getting back into the body. And so I guess my advice would be just to start developing that sense of self-awareness without judgment, just observing the self. And one last thing before we go that I find very helpful in terms of staying grounded is something that my therapist recently told me. I'm like, everything my therapist told me, but it really does work. Trying to maintain a level of awareness on the self while engaging in other activities. So, for example, even in this conversation, she says the goal is to always try to keep 50% of the attention on yourself and 50% of the attention on the other, so that you can always have a baseline to connect back to yourself, so you don't get lost. It's not 100% somebody else. You always want to maintain that connection to the self. So, and the breath and especially the alternate nostril breathing is a great way to do that.
Yeah, I love that. That resonates.
Yay! We've done our first Instagram live. Who gave us hearts? Someone gave us hearts.
Oh.
We've done our first Instagram live. So, y'all, I'm going to try to convince Amy that we should do this on a regular basis.
I would love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
So we'll figure that out behind the scenes. Ooh. Yay, Stacy. Stacy's clapping for us. Oh, Mom says, great job, ladies.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested, yoga is starting in 5 minutes. And there's more of this beautiful talk from Amy about boundaries, because that's the theme for the class today. And she just has a beautiful class. Like, I'm not lying. I keep saying this, but anyone who isn't at yoga is really missing out. So please come and sign up. The link is through Amy's page on Instagram. She has a link in her bio. You can go click on there. She offers a sliding scale for whatever your budget may be. Just come. We would love to spend time with you and all get grounded and balanced and practice boundaries together and connect with the body through yoga. It's really it's a great way to do it. Yeah.
Really.
Well, thank you so much. I don't even know how to turn this off.
I don't either.
I guess. But thank you, everybody, for coming. When we do the next one, I'll announce it, of course, before. If there are any themes or ideas that you're wanting thoughts on or help with, DM Amy or I, and we can do a session just on that. So just let us know what you want to talk about, and we'll talk about it with you.
Thanks, everybody. So nice.
Thank you so much. I'm going to attempt to end this. We'll see if it works. Okay, bye.
Bye.